Okay, so today we are going to be talking about referrals. We've missed a couple classes because I was traveling, and then you guys had graduation promotion one week. But does anyone recall the last class that we had? Just because I don't, so I'm just asking if anybody else does. It was probably the 9 steps or something like that, to be honest. I mean, because we're kind of back at the beginning. So, but today we're going to discuss referrals and what a referral represents, and how do we create referrals, and why it's important for us to be focused on getting referrals. But a referral is someone that's choosing you. Okay, so they have seen your work, or they ran into you and paid you a compliment, and you said, "Hey, here's my card. Come in and see me." So you also create referrals, just so you know. But these are people that are choosing to come to you, and that's we do like walk-in traffic. It's not to say we're going to turn walk-in business away, but walk-in people did not choose you. They just walked in. They walked in somewhere else the time before, and here they are today with you. And again, you'll take it because you're getting paid, but you need to build that person into a client that keeps coming back. But referrals, okay, so a walk-in client, when they walk in, there's more work that has to be done to lock them up as a long-term client. Whereas a referral, statistically speaking, we have a greater chance, a greater probability that they're going to return to you because they first off chose you in the beginning. So then if you do a good enough job and you engage with them, then what you're going to find is that this is a client that you can keep long-term. So referrals do help you grow your business quicker, I guess. So if we look at and this study was done actually by a company that does insurance, okay? And so they were looking at their own business, and they started to identify, to start asking their clients to help them identify, where did you come from? How did you get us? Because in the real world, when you think of industries or businesses that are really tied to referrals, insurance comes to mind. I think real estate, realtors come to mind. And what else? Is there any other industry or profession where a lot of their new business should be referrals? What do you think? Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say it, but I was also gonna sit in silence for 5 minutes if I had to. Yes, you. Yeah, I think the beauty space is one that the bulk of your new business should be coming from referrals. And if it isn't, then we need to start to identify and at least look at why. Okay, so this insurance company, what they did is they called it their clients and they said, "Hey, would you come in and meet with us? We just have some questions that we want to ask you." And so the questions that they started asking were these: why did you select us? How come you chose the service provider that you chose? Okay, and does your service provider, do they meet your expectations? Are you happy? Okay, and they found that by and large that the responses were very positive. Okay, but they said, then the last question they asked was, okay, well, you're happy, so why don't you refer more family and friends to us? And they found that 68% of the response was this: I was never asked to. Okay, so that's, I guess, kind of eye-opening, right? Okay, I'm in a referral-based business, but I'm not asking for referrals. What's the problem? Yeah. What? Yeah. You're the problem. And I think that's the case a lot of times. Is it's not anything but you getting in your own way of being successful. Why weren't their employees asking for referrals when they know that the bulk of their new business needs to come from referrals? Why weren't they asking? It's hard to say. What do you think?
Yeah, sometimes it could just be scary or
yeah.
Like, oh, we don't want to be like pushy.
We don't want to be pushy. Yeah, we don't want to be pushy. It's taking me outside my comfort zone. Okay, there's a whole, I've been talking lately about, hey, get outside your comfort zone. Get outside your comfort zone. Have it be uncomfortable. If you'll have it be uncomfortable, you'll find that comfort will come from that. and you'll grow as a person. You won't live in fear. I mean, anytime that someone's like, yeah, I was afraid to do that. Yeah, that's too bad, because it's not fear that's killing them. It's being uncomfortable. They like the fact that they're comfortable. Comfort's killing them. That's what's killing them. Is I'm comfortable in my little bubble. Well, if asking your clients for a referral is uncomfortable, do that. Do that today. Okay. So your long-term business depends on you getting good at this. Okay. So they found that 68% of their clients were responding back, hey, I don't know, I was never asked to give you a referral. I didn't know I needed to. Okay. You don't want that to be your world. But they started to then analyze and say, okay, we need to create referrals. So let's put together a system to help our staff start creating referrals from their clients. And so these were the 3 steps that had to happen for their clients to be able to refer people to them. And first, they had to make sure that the client wasn't ever going to leave them. So the client was bought in. What are things that you can do to get the client to buy in?
Always have good service.
Okay, yeah, and I think there's 3 things for your success, and the first one is building the relationship, and then the second one is the service. So I'm with you when you say always provide a good service, but I also will say that if your clients love you and the service wasn't spot on, they'll still keep coming back because your service will keep getting better. Now, I'm with you though. I mean, get good at the service, right? But building a relationship with the client so that they like you over anybody else is really important. What are some things that you can do to help build that relationship? What do you think?
Like, remember birthdays.
Oh.
Have them write it down on their waiver when they come in, or, you know,
Yeah.
give them something on a card on their birthday, or...
Yeah, remember birthdays. That's a big one. I think even remembering their name is pretty significant too. But yeah, if you send them something on their birthday and maybe their other friends and spouse even forget, I mean, that puts you in a whole different category, right? And now with social media being what it is, no one has an excuse to forget somebody's birthday anymore. But yeah, I think that's a small thing. Wishing someone a happy birthday is helping to build that relationship. Okay, so the next one, they wanted to make sure that the facility, okay, in their case the insurance agency, offered all the products that the client needed. Okay, so in your case, how that translates is that wherever you end up working, your client, if they're not getting the services from you, they should be getting it from somebody in your salon. Okay, and if you work in a suites type place, there should be somebody in that place that can perform their services. So if you're the esthetician, then you want your client's hair to be cut by somebody else there, cut and colored. Why don't you want them going to another salon or spa to get their other services that they get done? Why don't you want that?
Because it's easier to stay right at that other place.
Yeah, because when they walk in to the other place to get their hair services, and they have an esthetician there, you think that esthetician's just gonna, oh, that's so-and-so's client, I don't want to steal. No, they're not. They're gonna be like, hey, this person's in our establishment, they should be coming here and getting all their services. Okay, and then the third thing is, we have these people that all have different personalities, and you need your clients to refer people to you, okay? But some people are really open about it, willing to give you any name or number, and other people are really guarded. So you need to understand, who is this person and how are they comfortable, what method are they comfortable with referring people to me? Because even if they're guarded and shy, there is still an expectation that you as a professional needs that this client is going to refer people to you. So I don't care if they're shy. They still have to help you build your business. Okay, you're doing a good job for them. They like you. You need them to refer people to you. So then the 3 things is, we need to have the relationship so that they don't leave us, that they can get all their services in this facility, and that we have the relationship that I understand what they're comfortable doing and they're going to refer people to me. Okay, so then these next 5 steps are kind of, this is how we're going to ask, or these are the things that are going to happen for me to get referrals. So the first thing is they need to value you, okay, coming back, right? They need to value the service, okay? And again, I would say even so much that they need to value the relationship, then the service, okay? So what is it, again, that you're going to do to set you apart? And that can be remembering birthdays. That could be that you know their favorite drink and that you have that drink ready. That could be you asking about their kids or events in their life. But they need to value your services so that there's a level of trust, because people don't want to refer you to their friends to go and have a bad experience, okay? Because if you refer somebody to a place and they have a good experience, there's something called social currency that we like that, while it has no monetary value, it's still valuable. So people start to look at you as an expert, okay? So anyway, we need to ensure them that they're going to have the experience and that the trust is there for them to refer people to us. The second thing here, and these really aren't in any specific order, but the second thing is they do need to know all the services that you provide, okay? So in this one, there's so many reasons why this needs to happen. First off, add-on services in a day, you need to be looking at the needs of the client, and if there's an additional service that you provide that they need, you need to be recommending that service to them, because that should be additional revenue, because clients at a high rate do take you up on add-on services, okay? The other reason that it's important for them to know all the services that you provide is it's marketing. So if you do eyebrow waxing and they don't know that you do eyebrow waxing, and maybe they don't get eyebrow waxing from you, but when they're in their circle of influence and a friend says, yeah, where do people go for eyebrow waxes, and they don't know that you perform that service, they can't make that referral. So it is imperative that you teach them all the things that you do. And when we look at the different licenses that we offer here at our school, cosmetology, there's a lot that you can do. Aesthetics, a little less, but still there's a lot of services. Nails, there's not a ton of services that you guys offer. So they need to know all the services that you provide, because there are services within nails like paraffin wax and different things like that people aren't aware of, okay? And so anyway, this helps us in our marketing efforts. This helps them to be able to refer people into you because they know now all the services that you offer, and this is just good business sense, okay? It helps us also with add-on services, generating more revenue in a day, in a week, in a month. And these extra services that you provide that may not be your core, but they're still services that you're good at. They can make a car payment or a house payment real quick. And again, the client knows, hey, when my friends are looking for an eyebrow wax or whatever the service may be, they know that they can refer people to you. Okay. This one. They need to know that you're growing your business. Okay, people want to help you. They really do. I mean, if you break down on a freeway here in Idaho, I believe that in a short period of time, someone's going to stop and help you that you don't even know. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know. Usually there's a good thing here, right? We're in Idaho. So, but people want to help you grow your business. Every time when you're done and you're asking for referrals, did you have a question? Or I didn't know. Yeah, no. Just the hand was up a little bit. Keep them flat on the. No, just kidding. But they need to know that you're growing your business. If you're always like, oh, I'm so slammed, I'm so busy, I don't have time to eat lunch, I'm barely making it to my appointments, your clients will love you enough not to refer people to you because you're too busy. Okay, so it does need to be, there needs to be this part of when you're asking someone for a referral, something to something like, hey, I'm trying to build my business. Will you please help me? Thank you. Here's 3 referral cards. So that emphasis of I'm trying to build my business will help you build your business, because you're emphasizing, hey, I'm still taking new appointments, and we're putting that out into the universe, and the universe can bring it back, and now your clients are also working for you because they know, hey, she's trying to build her business, so I'm gonna help her be able to do that. So Okay, so this one, clients don't always know how to make the introduction. Okay, so this is where we come back to, you need to understand the client because we have these different personalities. So you're going to have clients that if you say, I really could use some more clients, if, I'm trying to build my business, they're just going to really almost hand you their phone and say, hey, call all my friends. I mean, there's people that are like that. And then there's people that are a little more reserved, like me. So I recently had somebody that, hey, I want to talk to so-and-so, and I know you know them. And I'm like, okay, I can make that introduction. I need to know why you want to talk to them first. I'm not trying to get your business, but if you're calling my friend to pitch them on a multi-level marketing, I'm probably not going to make that introduction. Not to bash on multi-level marketing, but I'm not going to make that introduction. So why is it that you want to talk to my friend? Okay, now I'm going to call my friend and make sure that's okay. And that's what happened. I called my friend. I said, hey, this is so-and-so, and this is what they do, and it kind of ties to what is it okay if I give them your number? And of course, he's like, yeah, give my number, which I then did, I think. No, they're supposed to call me, and then I was going to, anyway, it's happening, though. But clients need to know how to make the introduction. So if you have a client that comes back to you and says, hey, I gave your card to my girlfriend because she really loved how my hair looked, or she really loved my makeup, and I told her about you. And anyway, I gave her your number. Okay, what do people typically say when that happens? Not what should they say. What do people typically say?
They didn't call.
Yeah. Well, but you'll say thank you, right? Mm-hmm. But they didn't call. Okay, so somebody teed it up, and then it didn't happen. Okay. So when this occurs, when someone tells you, I gave your number, I gave your card to my friend because they really liked my hair or whatever it's going to be, then you need to take the initiative and say, oh, I really appreciate that. I'm trying to build my business. How do I meet your friend? Okay, that's the step that has to happen. Does that sound uncomfortable to some of you? Yeah, I'm seeing some heads nod yes. Good, right? Because I'm telling you, get uncomfortable. If you live in your comfort zone, growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. Growth happens outside the comfort zone. Watch for those opportunities because they happen, and sometimes they happen and we just brush past them. But yeah, if you're waiting for that person to call you, you're holding your breath, and you're going to pass out because their life gets busy and they just don't make it happen. And so when somebody says that to you, take it to the next level of, okay, how do we make this introduction? What are they comfortable with? Are they comfortable with giving you their number? Are they comfortable with calling them right there? I mean, I would do it right there. And the reason that you need to identify that this is important and take these steps is a client represents income to you annually. And it's somewhere between $800 to $1,200 a year. So when they hand out a card to somebody and someone says, thank you, I'll give them a call, and you're waiting on that income to come in. No, we got to make it happen. So when this happens, then this is where we need to help the client with what they're comfortable with, but let's make that introduction. And I am dead serious. If you're standing there, and I've had it happen where some of you, Burgundy's not here today, but she had a friend that was interested in school. She goes, hey, I gave her your number. I said, hey, Burgundy, can you text her right now and ask her if it's okay if you give me her number and then I'll call her? And Burgundy did, and the girl said yes, and she came in and toured the school. She didn't start yet, but she came in and looked at the school. So if you come to me and say, hey, I have a friend that's interested in your school, I'm not waiting for your friend to call me. I'm going to ask you to get the number and make sure it's okay with the friend, and then I'm calling them, I'm texting them, I'm trying to get them in here. So that needs to be your mindset too, that when someone tells you, I gave your card to somebody, then the next step is, oh, great, let's get them on the phone right now. Okay, let's do it. And I know that for some of you, you're like, I'm not going to do that. No, yeah, you will if you're going to grow your business. You should, I should say. Not saying you will, saying you should if you want to grow that business. Okay, again, clients want to be approached in different ways. So we do have to look at the client, as a person. And what are they comfortable with? Because again, there's going to be clients that'll say, yeah, here's my friend's name and number, give them a call. And then there's going to be clients that are more like me that are a little more reserved. So you need to identify what are they comfortable with, and even ask them that. Say, hey, so what's the best way for me to meet your friend, and put it on them. So that, because if you want to freak your client out, get real pushy, trying to get your client their friends and family number so that you can call them. Okay, so again, some personalities are like, sure, here you go, and other personalities are not so much, and you will put someone off real quick if you make them uncomfortable. Okay, so this whole referral part of the business needs to have thought, needs to have intent, needs to be put out there. And so put it out there. Let people know, I'm trying to build my business. Can you help me? And then really start getting after it. So if we look at this mathematical equation here, which needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but if I take 50 and I divide it by the average frequency at which a client comes in, the reason I'm taking 50 is I'm saying there's 50 work weeks in a year. Even though there's 52 years in a week, 52 weeks in a year, okay, that I'm going to give you 2 weeks off. How many times a year do you think your clients are in?
Once a month.
Once a month. So 12 times. So if we say, if we go roughly 4, so 4 into 50 is 12 times a year, a little better. Okay, so 12 times a year. What is the average appointment cost? $50, can we say 50 for easy math? So that's $600 then in revenue that this client represents. Okay, and I think that's a conservative number because I actually go to my barber every 3 weeks. I pay $30, that's for the haircut and tip is $30. I go to the other guy once a week for him to work on my beard because I don't like a big old scraggly beard. You ever see those guys where they're, not to bash on them, but where their beard grows up to their eyes? Yeah, I don't like that. So I go see my guy once a week because I also not very good at shaping my own beard. And anyway, so once a week, so 50, it's $15. So 50 times 15, I mean, you can see I'm a valuable client. So anyway, the reason that I'm kind of going through this exercise so that you can identify what does a client represent in annual income, it's not to put money on them because these are people. But it is to identify that when a client refers somebody to you, they're really giving you that much money. Okay, so that's a big deal. So it's saying a couple things. One, it's saying that they trust you, which is huge. If they trust you and they're willing to give you people, that's great. And secondly, you need to know that every time they refer someone to you, they're really giving you somewhere between that probably $600 to $1,200 in annual revenue. Because that $600 that we did, that doesn't reflect any sort of retail or anything. That's just service dollars. Okay. So why this is important is because we need to have gratitude. We need to be thankful. When someone refers somebody to you and you get a client that says, yeah, Jenny sent me in, you should be texting that client, that Jenny client, saying, hey, thank you so much. I mean, it shouldn't be wait for her to come in for their next service. You should be texting her that day to thank her for that referral, or him. Okay? So this is kind of an exercise then in showing some gratitude. There was a lady who did a great class at a show in Las Vegas that I attended on referral-based business and the things that she did to build her business. And what she did is every time a client came in with a referral card, so she'd give each client 3 cards to hand out. The person coming in with that card got $10 off on whatever service that they did. But the person that referred them, whose name was on the card, got $80. $80! Wow! Now we're talking real money, right? Is it really $80 though? I mean, 80 we'll talk maybe a little bit about this, but if you give them an $80 credit, is that really $80 of real money?
No.
It's your time, and there is some product, so there is some real money involved, but it's significantly less than $80. So in her business, she was willing to pay $90 in services for 1 client. How do you feel about that?
It's a great investment.
Yeah, I think it's a great investment. The room freaked their mind, though, on this lady. And she was very wealthy. She was from Australia, had this wicked cool accent. I mean, I just sit there and listen to people with foreign accents all day long. I don't know why. But anyway. But all these people started going, that's too much money, blah, 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 blah. They just went off on her. And I'm just sitting in the back, because that's where I like to sit, looking at these people and looking at her and saying, yeah, but she's super successful and you're still figuring it out. Maybe you should listen to her. That being said, you've got to decide what these numbers are going to be for you. Because again, we are in a smaller market, not tiny. The way I look at it, here in our city, we have the Snake River goes through the city. Everybody on the east side of the Snake River does not like to travel across the bridges to go to the west side. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. So what would get somebody to drive from the east side to the west side? $80, right? I mean, yeah, they probably even maybe a little less. I'm not trying to say skimp on this. I'm just saying that you should put together your own program that, hey, when you hand out this card to your friends, they're going to come in and they're going to get a small discount. But you're going to get this discount. And if you never have to pay for your services, that's a good thing. Okay. The things that she emphasizes to the client, though, on the referral card is, it has, so on the card it has her business name and number and address and all that information. Has a place for her to write the client that she's handing, and she's giving them 3 cards. She's writing the client's name. Okay. And then it has a space when the card shows up for her to write the guest name in, so that she knows who the new client was that came from that referral. It has the $10 off any services for the person bringing it in, and then it has an expiration date on the bottom. Okay, so she says to them, because it's a call to action, you are new graduates and getting out into an amazing industry, and you don't have 5 years to wait for people to start referring people. You need it to happen today. And there's some great things that are working in your favor. Social media, as crazy as it is, it's a great marketing tool. I think this is a great marketing tool. But she would hand people 3 cards with this explanation. Okay, when your friend comes in, they're going to get $10 off. You get $80 per card that shows up. So I'm giving you 3 cards at $80, which is $240 if my math is right, right? Right? Yeah, about that, yeah. So 3 times 80 is 240, I think. I went to public school, so I'm not sure, but anyway, pretty sure it's 240. So this client potentially has $240 in revenue. Now, has $240 in services. Now, if she gets 3 new clients out of it, in real cash revenue on the low end, if it's, let's say it's $600, that's $1,800. Would you give up $240 to get $1,800 in real revenue? $240 in services, which again, there's time. Time is valuable, so that's real money. It's your time is real money, and then it's product, right? But it's not $240. But the money that they're coming in, that represents in a year is $1,800. So anyway, I think that these are the things that you should have. Your business card and your referral card and your appointment card can all be the same. You got a front and back. You need to figure it out how you want to do it. I don't think you need to hand your 10 cards, 10 different cards to people. They don't need an appointment card, they don't need a business card, and then they don't need a referral card. You need to consolidate that into one card. But your one card should really emphasize to the person, hey, I want more clients like you, okay? And we tend to kind of run in similar packs of people, although we all have that one crazy friend. And they usually have pink hair, but they're no, just kidding. I'm just teasing. But anyway, we tend to be running in similar type personalities, right? So if it's a great client, then you want more great clients. Then it's, hey, here's up to $240, but I need you to hand these out, and I need your friends to show up within she gave them 3 weeks. 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, I mean, she was like, if it's 3 weeks and 1 day, she did not give them the $80. I mean, I don't know. At least that's what she said. I'd probably be nice about it, but I don't know at the same time, right? But she let the client know, I'm giving you a chance for you to get $240 in services by referring your friends and family in. I believe that if you'll do this, that your referral rate will just go through the roof. I just really do. Anyway, so these are the things that she put on the card on the referral side. She explained it. She wrote their names on the card saying, here you go, had the expiration date. This is 3, I need your help. Will you hand these out to your people? So she'd commit them to it, and people say yes. and out she went, and again, she was very successful in her salons, and started at a very young age, and has really grown a multi-million-dollar business in Australia. So, any questions, or anybody want to add anything to what we've kind of discussed today? No? All right, fair enough. Get after it. You create your own referrals too. It's not just that your clients are referring people in. When somebody pays you a compliment on your pink hair, or what color is that? It's not quite pink, it's not quite purple.
It's Cupid.
Cupid, all right, it's cool. Do you ever get compliments on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when someone pays you a compliment, you should have a response, hey, I'm a student at Austin Cade Academy, and you should have a card that we're handing out. So referrals get created not just by your circle of clients and friends and family, but you create referrals too. So you need to have those cards ready to hand out. We have cards that you could take with you. And so when anybody pays you a compliment, whether it's your hair, your makeup, your shoes, I don't really care. Anything that has to do with beauty or fashion, you should be taking that opportunity then to say, hey, trying to create your own referrals. So the referral game is where you're going to create higher probability of stickiness, where clients are returning, they're rebooking, they're buying product from you. So clients that are referred to you are the right clients.